Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dental Gumbo. We have Mrs. Sandy Pardue and Michael Arias. I'm taking over the show today and welcoming everyone back on.
Awesome.
Hi.
No, we appreciate it.
Hi,
I
everybody.
I told him to say that, and then you know what I mean. Good introduction. Good introduction.
Yeah,
We gotta.
I'm not taking over the show.
But we do have Ali with us on Dental Drill Bits, so we appreciate you, bud. And at the same time, we're going to be discussing what are we going to be talking about, Sandy?
Well, I'm thinking, guys, it's a new year, right? I realize we are halfway through the second month of the year, but it's still in the first quarter. And I'm just wondering, like, how many of you guys have looked at your website, have done an inventory of your website? It's just amazing to me. That's one of the first things I do when a doctor reaches out for consulting is we go look at the website and I see outdated websites and just it's awful. And Ali can help you with this, right? It's a no-brainer. So I challenge everybody listening that when you're done watching all of this, that you're going to go and check out your website. That's a promise, okay, to me. Please promise me. Okay, Ali, go ahead.
It won't take much time. Take 10 minutes, go through the homepage, the doctor's page, the team page. Are those team members still with you? Do you have new team members? Look at your services. Do you want to promote anything? Highlight those things on the homepage. If you have a web developer or a company or you're doing it yourself, you have to go in there and update it. You have to reflect your practice properly. And if you don't do that, it's just going to end up being a generic, outdated website. And we'll get into, last time we talked about the 3 ways to get patients and make more money online. One was getting found, of course, with SEO, ads, all that good stuff, social media. Number 2 is once you get found, can you convert them? That's where creating trust comes in. That's where this topic comes in of look at your website. Are you creating trust? If you're a patient looking for a dentist and you find your own website, would you call yourself? Or would you want to see more reviews? Would you want to see your work? Would you want to see the team members? All those things matter. You're just a number on a list, 1 through 10 on Google. Getting to between, position 1 through 10 is one thing. But then once you're there, what makes you different from the guy above you, under you? The patient's just moved into town. He's looking for a dentist and he's going through all these websites that are dentists near me when he searches Google. What makes you stand out versus the competitor or the dental office down the street? Even though he's your friend, he probably has 100 more reviews than you. He probably highlights his Invisalign offer. Just take a look at your website and make sure it's a good marketing tool for your practice.
But listen, you know what I'm thinking as I'm listening to you here? It's like, what if they go and they take our advice and they go and they check out their website and, oh, yeah, it looks pretty good. Because remember, it's their website. They're used to looking at it. So there's a couple of things I'm thinking. When you get used to looking at something, you don't really see what's out, right? Or what could be changed because you're used to it. Okay. So I'm just wondering what another set of eyes would see. So that's my first point here that I want you to answer, but I have something else. How often should somebody be changing it? Because doesn't it get kind of boring? Like if people are using web addresses and websites like they used to use phone books back in the old days. So should you refresh it?
So how often you should refresh it is as much as time and resources allow you. If you have a team member, every month you should be taking before after photos. Every month you should be getting more reviews. Every month you might want to highlight or promo a service. So those things have to be reflected on your website. If you do it internally and you don't show it online, no one's going to know about it. Or if you do it online and don't share it with your team, and you get that phone call and your team doesn't know what this offer is or whatever you're promoting, it doesn't work well. So as much as your office changes, you should reflect it online, but you should remain proactive. We have hundreds of clients and the ones that are always doing better are the ones that are proactive. And what that means is you don't have an extra job. You just, in your practice, you have a system where you're always taking before afters and supplying them to your web or marketing people. You're always asking for feedback from clients to get positive reviews. You're setting up, QR code or whatever it is to get those reviews. And your whole team is involved there. It can't just be you. If you put an offer, your team member has to be. This was number 3 of step 1 and 2 is if you create trust and you get that phone call, then number 3 is can your staff or your phone service handle getting that patient in the chair? And then can you get them to accept the treatment? And we'll go over some tips on what you could do to create more trust and go over some of those things.
I know that you have offers that prospective clients for you, they call and they're like, I'm thinking about refreshing my website. Do you guys go on, like, say I call, I'm a doctor and I call, you would go on and kind of make some suggestions?
Sure. So we've done this a lot. Actually, just yesterday, I did this with someone and he went on Facebook, probably in your group, and mentioned, like, I did the web assessment with Ali. He didn't try to sell me anything. And that's really how it is. It's just do the web assessment. I'm not going to talk about the other company. I'm not going to bash anyone. I'm not going to pick at your website. I'm going to give you a friendly feedback. You could take all these tips to your current company. If you're in a contract, make the most of what you got. It's just like a friend that knows what he's doing, giving you free feedback that you could take and apply as you want. And if you want to hear what we do, of course, we can talk about that. But it's really a free web assessment with no obligation. We'll get on a screen share. All you're doing is seeing my screen. We're not doing like a video conference. All you're doing is seeing my screen and we're on a phone call. I'm Googling you. I'm Googling your practice. I'm showing you what's going on. I'm showing your competitors. We're looking at who's doing what in the cluster of your radius. And it's great info. You should definitely take advantage of it. And we'll even give you a free t-shirt if you give us that time to give you that free info. But like I'm saying, take it to your current marketing company. Many doctors are in more contracts with their marketing company. So make sure you're getting the most of it. You might have signed up 8 months ago and never looked back out after month 2 or 3. Use us to get some free feedback and see if it's something they could apply and get the most out of your remaining months.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. But I'm thinking about something else because you mentioned reviews, like you're always getting reviews, and you mentioned like before and after photos, which I agree. Those are all great things. And a team should be helping the doctor, supporting the doctor in that way. But I'm thinking, how hard is that if I'm in a dental office and we have these before and afters and they're new? How hard is that to get onto the website?
I'm telling you, it's as easy as a text. iPhone, Snap, text Ali, email our team, email our ticket system. There's like 10 ways you could get us those photos. Google Drive, get that to our, it's very easy. Mostly
Good. Yeah.
an email. We have a form that says, what would you like? I want a new before after. You click upload. You could do it from your phone or your computer. There's no excuse not to. You're doing the hard work is taking the photos. The easy part is providing it and getting it online. That's the easy part.
That is so good because, I see people are like, this is a great idea, but when am I going to have time to do it? Who do I delegate it to? And how long does it take that company to update my website? And I know with you guys, you're doing it fast. That's what I hear anyway.
Yeah, we're doing it fast. We actually read our requests. We see some people might say remove a team member. We know that it's a higher priority. Or if someone says, change my offer, the dollar amounts change, that's a priority. So we have a system here that, no one gets left behind. Everyone gets quick service. Everyone could call a live human. We're all reachable. We're accessible. We have a team here in the US and California. It's very easy to work with us, get a hold of us, no contract, and free web assessments. But yeah, we do your updates right away. Basically, it's just a system you create. Like it's a new year. You said, just go in your office in your next team meeting, say, how can we get, 20 photos on our website by the end of the year? How can we get 5 new 5-star reviews every month? And just everyone's involved there. If you meet those goals, everyone gets, pizza or parties or gift cards or whatever they like. And you said something about case acceptance and the team being involved on your last post, and all of this stuff works together.
Yes. Isn't that the truth?
Nice.
I don't think all doctors realize, in fact, I know they don't all realize how key the team members are with all of the things that we're talking about right here. Treatment acceptance, the phones, getting those before and after photos, making sure they get on the website, making sure things stay updated. The doctor cannot do all of this themselves. No.
And I always tell doctors, don't hire us for our website. Don't buy our top website. Don't get our marketing package. So you're set up internally, because what happens is they're going to pay, X amount to us, 700 to us, 700 to Google for ads. That's 1,500 a month going out. They're getting the phone calls. Their phone's not being answered. Their team's not, or the lead comes in. There's only one attempt to get him in the office. There's a dozen leads, and I ask what happened to John, Jane, and all these people. And there's always I would say 90% of the time, they say, oh, we called and emailed, I never heard back. But that's not how it works. You got to chase them. You got to every day come in and say, who are the people that came through? We spent money on this marketing. These are the leads we got. Let's try to make our money back. We got to follow up with these people. We got to say, hey, you still have the toothache? We have an offer. We could get you in same day. You got to sell them.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, Ali, did you already kind of discuss the 10 to 15 tips to put on the website to create more trust?
No, we could go over those now if you'd like. So basically, what's making your office stand out? What's your unique value proposition? What makes you different than your neighbor? And you guys are friends. You guys go to the same dental clubs and societies, but you are competitors and you are looking for the same patients. So what's going to make someone pick you versus the competitor across the street? One is that trust that you have to create for someone, a stranger, essentially, to pick up the phone and say, I'm going to call this office, or I'm going to fill out their online scheduling form or whatever, and put myself out there to find a new dentist for myself or my family. And those things that are going to create that person to pick up the phone or fill out that form are those trust creating things, such as, you've been serving the community for 30 years. It's a family practice. The guy across the street just came there 5 months ago, but he's getting the patients because he's more aggressive. But you've been there for 30 years. So you got to show that off. You got to say it's a family practice. You're looking for families, kids. You have to put kids on your website. Mention you've been a generation of dental in the family. Whatever it is that makes you different, those are the things. So some other tips are locally owned. Care for the whole family. Our doctor meets with every single patient one-on-one. We treat each patient one at a time. It's the whole mouth approach versus, just your teeth. There's a lot of different variations. Some are more holistic, some are more volume-based. Whatever works for you, you have to put out there. And the other thing is make it easy for them. Let's say someone finds you, they want to do Invisalign. Can they afford it? Do you have a financing options? Can you get them approved? Can you help them get approved? Can you give them those resources? So when they say, I want Invisalign, you already have them in the chair ready to say yes, because you've given them so many options, and there's no way they could say, oh, I can't afford it, or I'll put it off another year, or whatever they're saying. You're giving them more options to be able to say yes to those treatments. Other things are, comfort menus. We have great TVs. We have the latest technologies. We have same-day crowns. We have our in-house labs. A lot of practices have all these things. They pay a lot of money for this technology, but they never highlight it. Those are the things that make you different. I'd rather have the intraoral scanner than that goop in my mouth. So make sure you mention that stuff and show people actual pictures of your equipment, and you maybe do a video using your equipment. You could take this a lot further, but the basics should be what makes you different.
I agree. And for a lot of practices that have a niche, that should be on the website. Okay. So if they specialize in a certain thing, and definitely.
And a lot of them do. A lot of practices that sign up with us, they say like, I'm a general dentist, but I want to do implants. I'm a general dentist, but I'm an Invisalign Gold provider, and that's what I want to, or that's my bigger money maker. That's what I like to treat. Or this is, some people do extractions. They love extractions, wisdom tooth extractions. They say market that. Other practices say, porcelain veneers, full mouth makeovers. So it's whatever you want to promote, but it's also what you're good at, what you're getting reviews for, what you're able to give the before afters for. Don't say I want to be the top implant guy and not have one implant case on your website, or one patient that, has their life changed from your implants. Those things have to be shown.
I agree with that. What about education, as far as I've seen on some websites over the years, people will explain what is an implant, so patients understand what that is.
Yeah. So most people would rather watch your videos and read a page on like what is the implant.
100%.
Yeah. Nowadays, I think most people that are searching for implants know what it is, know how it works. So no one wants to really read what is the implant, you drill in it, all that, the technical stuff. It's more like, why would I go to you for an implant? How much are the implants? How does it work? What's my healing time? How many visits will it take? And why should I choose this doctor? What kind of material does he use? What kind of company does this through? All this, how much is the abutment, the crown, all these things. Like, if you're doing implants, these are the things you have to show. I could show you a good, whenever you have time, go to this website, whoever's listening, AB Apple Boy Dental NY, like New York, abdentalny.com. They do full mouth makeovers all on 4 dental implants. They're general dentists, but they created a great niche on the dental implants, teeth in a day, same day implants, and it's doing really well for them. But you could see how great their photos are, how great their reviews are, how they show the doctors, the videos, and that's the way to do it. If you really want to be proactive, you have to put yourself out there a little more.
I agree with you 100% on everything you just said. I think it's all great. It made me think about this video that I saw where a dentist went through his office and filmed, like it was one video. And of course, he said like, okay, this girl, she's working in the lab. And she goes, I love working here because, and she starts saying, we've all worked here for so long. We've developed relationships. I love the patients. Or they go to another team member. I've worked here for 15 years and doctor does beautiful dentistry. And so they go through the office and each team member, there's a video about why they love working at that practice. And there's some background music. And I thought, wow, what a great thing to put on a website. So if I'm looking for a dentist and I could click, see what our team says. And there's this video of all the team members bragging about the doctor. I was telling Michael on a podcast, I went in to see somebody about some elective surgery, and the team is what sold me, not the doctor, who has an excellent reputation and is booked out 18 months, by the way. It was the team. So I think that, again, like I talked about in that post today, I think really having your team brag on you where people can see and hear is another good thing that you could add to a website. Just say.
When they're happy to work there, they'll do that for you. If you have the resources to get those videos, your front office person might be that person to just delegate that to. Hey, go around it in the next month, take 1-minute clips of everyone, or doctor's going to talk about the CEREC or whatever, the implants, or how the approach is to Invisalign. And just get those videos on your YouTube. That creates another platform for you to get found. Those get embedded on the website. If you get to an Invisalign page where the doctor talks about his approach, the team says, this is how we do Invisalign or whatever, that's going to convert much better than the same old stock photo and Invisalign is an invisible, the same old stuff we see on every website.
And if the team is bragging on the doctor, that is worth so much. Because the patients know that team member sees what that doctor's doing. If the team member says, compliments the doctor or supports the doctor in that way, the patient's more likely to accept the treatment, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Awesome. So getting found, convert, we want to create trust, right? And then can your staff handle getting the patients in the chair, which is the most important part, right? Like
and once they're in the chair, once you're in the chair, will they accept treatment? I'm sure there's different steps for that, right? So there's like, once that lead comes in, then it's every office has a different system, from staff to the chair to case acceptance, or, I've seen offices that really treat it like like a sales system where like, if they ask every patient an example question, how important is it to fix your smile? Based on their response, it's very important. Okay, they're classified as tier 1. Now everyone in the office knows this person's more interested in Invisalign. They know they need it. It's going to help their smile. Mention it every time this person comes in for their cleaning. Or this person says, I don't care. Then that person's not a lead or a hot lead. So you just keep that person coming in every 6 months. A recall game, looking at your current patients. There's so much money I've heard that there's to be made from your current patients that don't always depend on new patients and marketing. Go look at all your current patients and see who qualifies for what and who could be, treated with other cases, and they're going to get life-changing treatment. You're going to make more money. Everyone's more happy.
Great points. And in the future, I think we need to talk about SEO and how to drive more people to the practice through SEO. And that's something else that you can help practices with.
Yep, we'll save that SEO conversation for next time. That word or that abbreviation sometimes rubs people the wrong way. So we're going to go over all the misconceptions, the realities, how it works, what's changed, what's new, what's junk, and we'll go over all of that.
That's so good.
Nice.
That's great.
Really good.
So everybody that's listening, make sure you're watching for that, because we're going to definitely get you covered. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, Ali, real quick, for all of our listeners, what's the limited time offer that you have for us?
Right now, till the end of February, you could get $750 off any website. That's as low as $250 for our basic if you don't have anything up and running, and about $22.50 for our top website that's customizable. Go to docsites.com, go to the examples page, check it out. No one from your group will pay full retail. They could call us at any time. This month, we're having a bigger discount because we're going to midwinter next week. Not sure if any of your audience or yourselves will be there, but if you are, please come check us out. Doc Sites is the booth. You could come by, get a t-shirt, do a web assessment, just say hello, mention Sandy and Michael, and you'll get a Starbucks gift card or something special just for saying hi.
That's great. Thank you.
We go.
That's good.
Say hi, then we say hi again with the mustache, then we say hi again with glasses and everything.
Hey, do whatever you want. We're just here to be friends. We're not a hard sell company. We're even friends with other companies that do the same thing we do. Our approach is much different than what's out there, and I think that's what's making us stand out.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So definitely go check that out in the show notes, or if you're watching this, then check it out in the description as well. Click on Doc Sites and look at their limited time offer. And any final words for this episode, Sandy or Ali?
For me, I'll go first. It's just a no-brainer. It costs you nothing to have these professionals that are getting excellent results look at your website. So I highly recommend that you do that today.
And just to end it with this, our assessment is not like a generic website grader where we just put your domain and it runs some SEO report and say, here you go. This is me going through, screen sharing, Googling, acting like a patient, going through, it's a real assessment. It's not just a report that you'll never do anything with.
And I know you look at a lot of websites. So
I've been looking at dental websites for 15 years. So
yeah.
You'll get a good tip out of that. It's worth 5-10 minutes of your time.
Absolutely.
Nice. So if y'all want to talk about this episode, come on the podcast or submit any questions, then you can do so by joining our Facebook group, Dental Gumbo. And in there, you can talk to us, see more advice and suggestions that Sandy and Ali have for you, and so much more. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.